Our challenge in a small rural area is always the money, and how much is it going to cost, and how much of it can we raise from our local community, and how much do we have in reserves. And that kind of governs how much it is that we can add on and how much the scope of the project will be. So we knew the things we wanted to accomplish, and we knew that the first architect that we visited with had us stretching across the street to the south, and it just went out there so long it looked like a couple football fields, and we felt that there was going to be a better way of adjacencies with our departments that would make this project feel like you were still in the same building, only added on just a little bit to the south. I have known about HBE for quite a long time. I've myself have been in the hospital industry for about 35 years. We did some checking around. When you want a second opinion, you really want to have a second opinion on those people as well. So we had visited with some folks in the state of Nebraska, and they were very pleased with what had gone on there. And then visited with a couple of administrators that had had HBE down in Arizona. It was a good exercise for me to get to reacquaint myself with the administrator and also get to know a little bit more about HBE and how they operated. I think initially one of the keys was the fact that I know at HBE, and I've never been to the corporate headquarters, but I know sitting around a table are about 20 people that look at a project, and once that design phase is done, it's sent out and it's given to us. And that was the first big key, I think, that really made a difference, because we had a lot of people looking at it rather than 3 or 4 people just kind of eyeballing it and giving it an okay, and then wanting to know if, in fact, it met our needs. A lot of thought had been put into it. You could tell that from looking at the detail of the design. It was just what we wanted to see. Well, you know, if we had a project to do today, I would give HB a call and ask them to come in and take a look at, see what they could help us with.
The way we were landlocked, with the street and the school to the side and things like that, it was just almost an impossible task the way it looked on previous designs, and that caught my eye right away. As soon as that thing rolled out, I was going, ooh, you know, why didn't somebody think of this before? You could tell the expertise of the way that was put together and the thought that went into it from the adjacency standpoint. You know, from my perspective, to build a budget, because, you know, there's a lot more costs involved than just, you know, the bricks and mortar. You've got excavation, and you've got other issues with surveys and cost of finance and things like that. It was real easy to start plugging in numbers of to meet where we needed to be budgetarily. It takes all the guessing out of it from a standpoint of trying to go into a bid process and cut things back later. HB, probably their expertise in knowing some of the interactions within a hospital paid dividends there too. HB is definitely worth a look. They're very straightforward. They're businesslike. They know what they're doing. They're worth a look. You know, it's funding and dollars and budget is key, and meeting as many of the needs as you can with those resources. And this was probably by far the best look at utilizing those dollars.
And the overall savings?
You know, really close to $10 million on an overall $17 million project. So that's